I thought I would start off the video with a rant in the dark, which kind of makes it handy if you have a glow-in-the-dark fountain pen. This rant is brought to you by the fact that Twsbi is coming out at the end of August with a glow-in-the-dark green Eco. And I wanted to shed some light on, should I have patented or trademarked a glow-in-the-dark Eco? Do I have financial rights to that pen? Most likely not, as I know others had ideas about a glow-in-the-dark Eco. But that gets me in the mood for a pen unboxing. Now I'm thinking about mood rings, which could be interesting down the line. I did purchase the Diamond 580 Iris. Of course, I do have the VAC Iris, so I thought, hey, why not get the Diamond? Although it is not an Eco. Typically, I am an Eco person. Just so you're aware, I am in the process of moving. So, of course, these videos are a little bit few and far between. But once I get moved into my new space, I will be back at my old pen desk doing pen things. Already, I think I actually like this more than the VAC Iris. It could be the faceted ink well area, but everything looks nice. And of course, the most important shot is the nib. Hopefully you can get that difference in there. And we're back. The camera work was so bad, I literally had to cut and zoom in closer. I can see why I think I initially liked the 580 better than the VAC. If you can see closely, the VAC has this textured kind of sandpaper-like finish on the finial, and that's how it came. Whereas you see on the 580, it has that smooth chrome-like shine as everything else. I do have two VAC Twsbis, so this sandpaper-like finish, although when you touch it, it still feels smooth, is actually just the finish on how the VAC naturally comes for the iris. So I do prefer the 580 over that. I did want to look. Everything else, it seems, is very similar. I do like that the VAC has silver inside. Wish the 580 would, pump it up a little bit. And now for a simple voiceover, as I verbally wasn't doing a good job when I did the nib comparison. I do have them side by side, the 580 on the left, the VAC on the right. The VAC nib is longer and slightly wider, as well as the feeds are a little bit different. Both of these are a medium-sized nib, but you can see that nibbage definitely is different. Also, what I noticed when I was using the VAC is it is a very juicy pen. But as far as the chromatic iris coloring, very similar, but on each pen it will be slightly different. I did want to illustrate that the lids are not compatible, so if someone was thinking that you can just take the lids and swap it out because you like the 580, not going to happen. Too big, too small. The classic Goldilocks story that they're not going to fit. Also, I wanted to comment on my hint at the mood rings because eventually I do want to make a mood ring Twsbi Eco. There is mood ring paint that they sell online that has that kind of temperature chromatic look that I think would be actually interesting for a future project. However, I'm in the process of moving into a house, getting insurance and all that other grown-up headache stuff. So that's going to be down the line. Also, I'm highlighting that I do like the 580 better because of the ink reservoir, because most importantly, I get Twsbi's because I love to see the ink I buy as I'm writing as well. But as you look at all three of them, that kind of iris chromatic coloring rainbow is a little bit different per pen. But I love getting new pens, but starting to get a little bit messy with all these boxes. But there's nothing like opening up a new pen, right? Since we're on the theme of new pens, I mean, it can get messy. There's always all this extra packaging and paper that you can recycle. And, the boxes that the pens come in. I mean, we don't want it to go to a landfill. And, I mean, this is quality cardboard. So, I was just thinking, what could I do with this? Oh, let's flip back. Well, of course, as far as the eco boxes, if you are that person that loves to write letters and you definitely want to get that wax seal, you can kind of make an emergency wax seal stamping kit with maybe some washi tape if you want to be a little bit fancy. If it's a real emergency and you are the MacGyver of fountain pens writing and you need that emergency pen with a backup of your favorite sample ink, including a little pipette should you need to get to the last little bit of it, some Q-tips cut in half if you need to do that emergency swatch just to make sure that pigmentation is chef's kiss, as well as an emergency dip pen. Got this off of Etsy, and it's just a little dip pen. Has the tiniest nib there. That's going to focus, but yeah, little dip pen there for, those emergency writing situations where, maybe you're going on a quick trip and you just need one pen to go. And, maybe actually if I took out the foam that automatically comes in with the pen, I might be able to fit in some more inks. And just as we started in darkness and madness, I wanted to end in light and madness and bring back my Twsbi Eco Jade that I put some glow in the dark ink on because I wanted to rant about another future video besides the mood ring would be who did it better for the glow in the dark, Twsbi or myself. We'll have to stay tuned for the future to definitely see that, but wanted to take the time to say I appreciate you being here. Thanks for spending your time. Have a good evening, morning, or night, and thank you for watching. See you next time.